Hello, everyone. I'm Rashmi Malik, and today I'm going to talk about the topic usability testing. So, what is usability testing? So, usability testing is basically a research method to measure the ease of a specific users to complete the tasks in a product or a design. So, when we say a task can be referred to onboarding. A task can also be referred to, how easy you are able to do a checkout process or how easy you're able to track any order. So generally, during a research study, researchers follow the users as they interact with the product. Talking more about it, usability can be done at three stages. First stage is what we see at the early idea stage, where we have the lo-fi prototypes that is somewhat interactive, and we majorly call the stage as the concept stage, testing. So in this stage, we have finalized our concept, and the idea is that we fail fast. Generally, in this case, when we have wireframes, the main purpose of the wireframes is to fail fast. So we take advantage of this stage at the concept testing stage, where we have some lo-fi prototypes, and we show it to the target audience, and we select the participants, and we say, please test the product. And in case this product or have some any glitches, or it's just not working out, so we can make changes in the early idea stage itself. So it's an important stage to do a usability testing. Now, moving on to the second stage, which is the most popular stage where we do, which is just before the product launches. Now, this is a very common time where we conduct the usability study because we have the hi-fi interactive prototypes. It is very close to the actual product, and people can very easily comprehend how and what is going to be leading into what. So this is a very important stage and very popular stage where we do the usability testing, which is before the product launches. Now, the third stage is after the product is complete. Now, this is done maybe if you want to change a feature, or maybe you want to test a certain, particular feature that we've introduced to a specific group of people. Now, here, taking an example of maybe Access Bank, they come up with a new feature and they want to see how it's working out. So this is the third stage where we can do the usability testing. Now, just to recap, if we see it in the new product development phase, we can do the usability testing at first stage, which is at a very early idea generation stage, where we have the concept ready but we have the lo-fi prototypes. We can also do the usability testing after the hi-fi prototypes have been made, and they're just about to go for a product launch. And the third stage is when we can just test some features or certain, you can say, maybe with a specific audience, we want to see how this is working out. So the third stage is after the product launch. Okay, so now moving on to one example. Let's talk about Tia. So Tia is one of our participant who has agreed to go for a small, usability test. Now here we say, as a part of the study, Tia tries to find her recent plant order, which was made on a redesign nursery life project. Now, what happened? We discover that Tia's user journey hits a problem. Shocked. Who remembers the order number? Am I supposed to remember the order number? How shall I extract it now? Maybe I have to go through my email ID. I don't know. I just don't know. Where can I find my order ID? Generally, it is derived automatically. I just don't know. Maybe I'll just Google or look out for help. Okay, so thanks, Tia. Thanks to the Tia's feedback, we saw that she was a little bit confused, shocked, because she wanted to track her order, and it was asking for a tracking ID. The system was asking for the tracking ID, and she didn't know. She did not know where to extract it from. But this is a very important feature from the heuristics point of view. If you remember, one of the very important law says that you should, emphasize on recognition more than the recall part. So, which means that the customer or the user should not be recalling the previous data, but should be able to extract it from the previous amount of data that we have provided, which is a very important and a critical feedback. So after the user journey that we saw, which was not very pleasant for Tia, we came up with a feature where we had developed the filters where you can see your orders, your previous orders, and you can see what is your last made recent orders that you've made. Then after you select the recent order, you can automatically see there's an order number that is extracted from your list of orders, and you don't have to remember it. Then, and once you've got like an order number extracted, you can see the status of the order, whether it's shipped, whether it's packed, and Tia is finally happy, right? So this is just the glimpse of usability testing, but don't worry, we will be talking about more in detail as we move on further. Okay, so now you should know that usability results might not always be negative or positive. Whatever it will be, it has to be an honest opinion. We should not be judging people with whether they are able to find this tool. Is it easy, is it difficult? It was just right there, they could not find it, and that's the reason they're here, right? It's just to make the user experience smooth and easy for everybody. So, and we should make sure that we don't have any biases in this process, because ultimately usability testing is for the benefit of the user experience of the product that we're designing for. Okay, so usability can be done in 7 steps. It is going to be acting like a checklist for all of you. And you can see once you're done, your results will be amazing. Let's dive completely into the first step, which is defining your research goal. Now, before we start with any kind of research study, I think it's important for you to know that what do you want to learn from the study, and how do you want to use the insights further in your improvisation. So maybe you can say my research goal is to see the functionality of my product, and particularly I wanted to see the functionality in the checkout process or tracking process, or maybe how easy it is for people to onboard. So what is your research goal? It's very important to have clarity with your research goal. Moving forward, choose a method. Now, this is a very important thing. Is it moderated, unmoderated? Is it in person? Is it remote? Wait, hello. What is moderated and what is unmoderated? Let me guide you through moderated and unmoderated mode of usability testing. So, what happens in a moderated usability testing? You have a moderator with you who can help you ask questions and ask prompts, and based on that, you can fill the task that is asked for you to do. Whereas in the unmonitored remote usability testing, you are given the prompts, and you will have to understand it yourself and then follow the instructions, and you will have to proceed forward. Now, monitored and unmonitored, you have a moderator in between, in person and remote. So in person is when you have a person live with you, and you can just do the live moderation. Same if you have a live remote moderated version, you can even translate the in-person version. It's just that we are talking on a camera and not in an offline stage. But what happens in the unmonitored remote usability testing, there is nobody as a moderator. So they all are good. You just need to choose which works best for you, because what happens in the in-person usability testing, you require the time, and you need to block the calendar of people who you're asking to test your product with. Then you will have to plan and manage everything, and that is a little bit time consuming, and based on the project you have, you can take a call whether you want to go with an in-person usability testing, or maybe you want to go with the remote version, because remote is very simple, and when it comes to unmonitored, you don't even have to be there, and you've just given the prompts, and people will be just responding to those prompts and will be working on it. So don't worry, I will be giving you example of how this works. But then at the moment, I really want you to know that what method suits you best. There are pros and cons of both the situations. So what happens? One of the major pros and cons of these scenarios are when you are in a moderated session, you can actually help the people, and if in case they are unclear about certain task that needs to be done, they can just answer it there and then, and they can get it clarified. And secondly, if you want to have a follow-up question to understand a situation or an experience better, you can ask it there and then. But you can influence the tester or the participant who's doing the testing for you with your unknown biases. So beware of your biases. They tend to come in even if you plan not to bring it in. So that is one of the drawback of an in-person usability testing. Whereas in the unmonitored, remote usability testing, you don't have a moderator. So you definitely do not have biases, inherited in that situation. But if in case you're stuck at any situation, you have to answer and you have to get the way yourself. So that is one of the, cons. But I leave the option to you, which option you want to go forward with based on the project and the nature of your project. Okay, so once we have decided this, the next step is writing the prompts. You must have heard that I'm talking a lot about prompts and tasks. Now, what is a prompt? So basically, a prompt is maybe, let's say, prompt one, pick up a date and time to schedule the plant delivery. And you can also plan the follow up question for the prompt one. Say, did you find this task easy or difficult to complete? Is there anything you would like to change about the process of scheduling the plant's delivery? Then you can have prompt two, confirm the booking and the checkout process. And prompt three, find your recent order and track its status. You can always have these follow-up questions with every prompt, and it'll be easy for you to understand more about the experience of a user. Okay, now moving forward, test it yourself. Now that you feel that you have decided your research goal, you've decided your the method of method you're going forward with, whether it's moderated, unmoderated, you've framed your prompts and tasks properly, it's better to test it on you first. Okay, because what happens is you need to make sure that the prompts and the actions and the study that you are circulating to the set of people, they should not be very vague, right? It should be easy to comprehend, and the people should be able to get it in one go. So it's always good to test it on yourself. Okay, now moving forward, find the right users. You may want to find the target users on the social media, and there are some, proper websites through which you can just pay people and get there's these dedicated platforms where you can get the people from, who's willingly ready to do the testing for you, and you pay some amount on that. And also you can, if you're getting people on social media, either you can just, give them some rewards, or you can just please them with some free goodies or anything, that just appreciates the time that they are giving it to you for the testing. Okay, so moving forward, time to conduct the study. It's time to start with the usability testing on the chosen participants. Okay, and finally, the last step is analyze the results and cluster the insights. This is the most important step, because whatever study you do, if you are not, clustering them into the insights, into the useful insights, you're not going to be taking forward. And most of the situations, we even prefer to take quotes the way they are, So sometimes people are just, saying, or we ask people to think aloud and speak aloud what they're thinking. So, for example, we are saying, "Oh, why this is not working? I'm not happy. I'm not happy with the way, it's not able to track my order. So just code the way it is." So, and you can maybe decide how many number of people you're going forward with. Let's say you're going with 4 to 5 participants, and what each of the participants has to say on feature one, feature two, or prompt one and prompt two. So it's always important to analyze the results that you've got, and what is this is going to be a step forward for the improvisation of the functionality of your user experience. Okay, and this is how one of the example that you can see that, what one participant has to say. So with true, you can say one; with false, you can say zero. You can even do it in a format of a sticky notes. If you're more like a, like an offline person, you can just place the sticky notes for trues and false, or maybe, positives and negatives. Maybe say orange is positive and green is negative, and then you can say, these many people, these many responses are positive in the overall concept and in the onboarding and so on. Okay, so moving forward with, okay, I think that's it. I want to give you a demo for it now. Okay, let's see an example of an unmoderated session. So I'm going to be opening the screen for you. Okay, so my prompt one, select your desired flower and add it to your cart. Let me go to my prototype. This is how my prototype looks like. And I can see that there's a flower section. I can go to the flowers. Well, my favorite flower would be, maybe I want to know the season, or maybe the indoor plants, but I can't see anything like this of category, or I don't even see the filters. Mm, I don't know. Maybe we could have had some filters where we can choose the season or the type, whether it's indoor or outdoor. Anyways, maybe I can just send it to my friend and see what she has to say for them. Oh, wait, we don't have the share button. How can I share this with my friend? Never mind, I'll just save some of them in my collection. Wait, I don't even see the wish list. Okay, anyways, my task is to just add my favorite flowers. So for the moment, I'll just choose this and I'll add it to the cart. Okay, it's added. And I can see it is added here. Okay, now what is the second prompt? The second prompt says that choose a date and time for the subscription model of the flowers. Okay, I will go to the subscription, and now there's a start date and there's a time. Well, I wish I could have seen the calendar, and I could have chosen, maybe I wanted the flowers on weekly basis, or every Saturdays, and every, or maybe all alternate days, but I think this is not giving me option to choose those categories. And the time slot, I want to keep it like a window. Generally, what I see in Blanket, they have like a slot, generally booked between 8:30 to 10:30, or 11:30 to 12:30. This just gives more freedom for the other party and for us to, have an idea about within what time we can reach. But there is no window, but never mind. I'll just go with 8:30. That's okay. And I'll go with create subscription. Okay, what is the next prompt? The next prompt is finish the checkout process. Okay, so I will go with cash on delivery. And okay, everything looks good to me. And here is it. Order successfully placed. Okay, perfect. And I can go back to continue shipping. Not bad. That was not bad. Okay, so here it is.